Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hi, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez here for another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. How's everybody doing? Did I forget the walking crow part? Yes, I did. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? Happy spring, happy Easter, happy new beginnings, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. And what did you choose this morning when you woke up? Did you choose something special? Did you choose you? Did you choose to be the you, the best you that you can be? Or did you choose the thing that person that all those people told you that you had to be and you had to be domesticated to be and blah, 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 blah. What did you choose today on Tuesday? Aho. Once again, welcome to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, your host. And boy, what a show we have today. We're going to be talking about anxiety and what that means. Because I know from experience that probably 90% of our population has no clue what anxiety actually is. Aho, they confuse it with something else. And we'll tell you that in just a minute. So right now, hey there, Anthony. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Austin. Good to have you aboard. So right now, first thing I'm going to do, first order of business, we're going to clear the room, clear the channels, clear my channel, that I would be a clear channel, light some sage. And like to welcome everybody. And I ask Creator Great Spirit to clear me, and that I would be a clear channel, a clear voice, a clear and truthful and honest voice, aho, who would speak from experience, and that my teachings would fall on good ears and a beautiful heart, and those who are really looking for help, aho, shino, and ahonata, that the computers and the microphones and the phone lines would all be clear, and we would have a good show, and we would all be cleared out, and a good message for all is had. Aho, shino, and ahonata, aho, oishino, oishino, oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. All right. So it's another beautiful Tuesday here in my Los Angeles studio. Here at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, we have many studios. We have this one. We have our studio in Sedona. And, we have our home studio in Connecticut, in Groton, Connecticut, I believe. I say I believe because I just sent a package out to my producer yesterday. So there you go. It's at Groton. Anyways, so here I am. Today we're going to be talking about anxiety. And a lot of people that I speak to confuse. They come in to the store where I work, and they talk to me. And they say that they're looking for something for anxiety. They're looking for mood modification supplements for their anxiety. And I ask them, what do you think anxiety is? Because I already know they don't know what it is. And they say, well, it's my stress. I'm like, that's not anxiety. That is not anxiety. Stress is stress. Anxiety is something different. Anxiety is being at lunchtime when you haven't even had breakfast yet. It's being on Thursday when you're just trying to get to lunchtime today on Tuesday. What are you willing to choose? Why are you choosing to be in Thursday when it's only Tuesday at noon? What is it that you really want? So saying that, I'm gonna put that on hold, and I'm gonna go into my calendar. So I want to remind everybody on my calendar, every Tuesday, the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show comes to you at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on BeLive TV and Blog Talk Radio. Aho. And you can re-listen to those shows on Blog Talk Radio, on Goldylocks Productions. Goldylocks posts my show, and you can find my show on Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow on Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine on iTunes and on Goldylocks iTunes. And you can also find us on iHeartTV or iHeartRadio, excuse me. I believe Spreaker as well. And there's a few others, which I don't remember right now because, I'm choosing to forget because it's Tuesday. Anyways, so Tuesday afternoon, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow. Also, every Thursday night at 8 p.m., I do free shamanic drumming for Journey. It's it's sound, vibration, magic, drum, bath, journey with Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow. I do 20 to 25 minutes of shamanic drumming. I sing in spirit. I also sing out spirit at the end. You have your experience, and you can share the experience on the thread, or you can share your experience with me privately through messaging, however you want to do that. And also on the 14th of April at Lid and Mo's Photography Studio in Pasadena, California, Diane Bohan and myself are going to have an amazing, amazing event. And we're going to be teaching healing through the 7 sensitivities. And what are the seven sensitivities? The 7 sensitivities are the chakra system, and how your emotions are attached to the chakra system, and what your emotions are, and where your feelings land within the subtle energy body. And we're going to do a talk, and then Diane is going to go through yoga poses, and as she goes through the yoga poses, we're going to be talking about what feelings or emotions land for that particular pose and that particular chakra. We're going to do the 1 through 3, which is root, which is fire, and root, water, and fire. And we're going to do the poses. I will be drumming at the same time. Then she's going to do heart, which is the bridge to the higher self. She's going to do poses for the heart. And then she's going to do 5th chakra, 6th chakra, and 7th chakra, the higher self. So you'll be able to learn more of what those mean and what that is for yourself. And I'll be drumming and talking about what the emotions are attached to those places as well. It's $40 a person. If 2 of you come, you can both come in for $30 for 2 people, but it's $40 on Eventbrite.com, and $40 at the door for a single person, or $30 for 2 people. So that's April 15th at 11 p.m. At Lid and Mo's in Pasadena. Aho. Also, May 19th, put this on your calendar, because I was just telling my producer, Tiffany White, Sage Woman, that I was making, I made a buffalo drum on Sunday, Easter Sunday. What a perfect day to create a buffalo drum, that kind of medicine. Easter Sunday, he's risen. The Christ consciousness is risen to become the ascended master. Begin the first week of spring, in the energies of the blue moon, the full blue moon. What an incredible time to create that kind of medicine. So on May 19th and May 20th, I'm going to be holding another workshop in Pasadena, California. I will be teaching you how to create your own hand drum, and I will be teaching you ceremony, going through the ceremony of offering tobacco, offering sage, and singing and drumming and singing songs, and showing you how to use tobacco to bless your drum, because I use tobacco to bless the drum. It's all earth medicine, and I want to teach you what that is so you learn the right way, so you're not doing things, not that there's a wrong way, but I do things in a sacred way. And if you want to learn how to create a medicine for yourself, like a drum, a hand drum, in a sacred way, this is how you do it. It's $200 for the workshop. You're going to walk away with a 12-inch drum, elk skin, and with the knowledge of how to make that with your own hands, with your own 5th chakra vibration. Remember, drum is about communication, about vibrating out. Hands, voice is about, 5th chakra is about doing the same thing. So this is about your voice and what you're willing to step into with regard to your voice. And then on May 5th, and I'm sorry that I passed over it, May 5th, I will be in Sedona at the Sedona, man, why am I going blank on that place again? I'm always going blank on the name of that place, and I'm so sorry. Sedona Creative Life Center, I apologize. On May 5th, I will be teaching this side of consciousness. It's going to be $40, and you can trek to Sedona. You can stay there. You can't stay where I'm having the event, but you can find a place to stay or come for the weekend and come for the event. It's $40. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to teach how to come into your being awake, into your awakened state, and what it is to be awakened state, what it is to be conscious, coming out of the unconscious and coming into your consciousness. It isn't always comfortable. It doesn't always feel good, but I have to tell you, I have transcended, I have transformed, I have transitioned, and I have transmuted a life that I didn't know I could. I now live the life that I know I always was supposed to live. You can too. So come out to Sedona on May 5th and enjoy and learn about what energy healing is like, what feeling the energy body, the sensitivities is like. Any of you who know that I put my hands up like this, and those of you understand that you feel my hands when I do this. I feel you when I do this. And why? And where does it land in your body? What does it mean to be in my energy body? Aho. May 5th in Sedona at the Sedona Life Center. Aho. Aho. So come on out and, come on out and learn you something at the Sedona Creative Life Center. What the heck? And, oh, and we're going to be setting up drum making workshops at the Sedona Creative Life Center as well, probably come June or sooner. All right. All right. So let's move on with the show. So Sarah asked me about pulling a card. If I would pull cards, and she's listening with Austin and Anthony. Hi, guys. And one of the things that I like to do is pull a card early in the show. And today I pulled Perception, the 4 chakra card. Perception. Look how beautiful she is in her beautiful outfit. And if you look at the card, see the butterflies? She's already transformed. She's already transitioned. It's springtime, and she's in her 4 chakra. See that emerald, that beautiful emerald? And it shines, and she's standing in her power. She doesn't know anything else. Her perception is what she sees in front of her, and she's standing in the garden. There's a gate there that she can go through anytime she wants to, but she doesn't feel like she has to right now. But she's going places. Which is symbolic of the bird and the butterflies. She's going to be going to other places that she hasn't been able to get to before, but she understands what her life purpose is. She knows that she's in her heart. She knows what love is, and love is allowing herself to go where she needs to go. So, Sarah, allow yourself to go where you need to go. Don't hinder yourself. It's springtime. It's time of new beginnings. It's time for fresh starts. It's time for refresh starts. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And all you have to do is ask yourself, are you ready? Are you really? Come on. Are you ready? Are you really ready? And, you go from there. Push on the gate. There was a picture of, in the church I used to go to of the Christ consciousness of Jesus. And there was a door, and the door didn't have a doorknob or a lock on it. So all you had to do was push on the door to have access to the Christ consciousness. Now, this isn't about the Christ consciousness, but this is about having access to your consciousness, to you moving forward, to your manifestation of where and who and what you need to go, where you need to be, and who you want to be. Aho. Access. Well, all right. So today, anxiety. How many of you, say to yourself, I'm anxious. I have anxiety, and you don't know what to do with yourself, and you don't know why. And you use the word anxiety I believe in the wrong way. At the store that I work at, I work in the vitamin department part-time. At this store in Los Angeles, it's a farmer's market kind of store, but I won't mention their name because they don't pay me enough money to mention their name, So customers come in, and they come in to find something. And a lot of times it's a probiotic, their intestinal tract, or their stomach issue, which is attached to their root chakra, or their second chakra, water emotion, or their lower no self-esteem. They have lower no self-esteem, so they want something for their liver. They want a liver cleanse or something like that. And those things are not always necessary, but there are those who come in and you can see it in them. You can feel the vibration from them that they do not know where they are. They say to me, I'm looking for something for mood altering supplements for my anxiety. And I ask them, what anxiety? You have anxiety? Yes. Well, do you know what anxiety is? Because I already know that they don't know what anxiety is. They may have it, but they're not talking about it in the correct way. What they're talking about mostly is stress. They are suffering from stress and they don't know how to be in their body. They don't know how to be in their breath. They don't know how to stop the spinning of the story and what that means. Being in anxiety, having anxiety, and I said this earlier in the show, is not being in your feet, not being in your root, not being in the foundation and who and what you are. It's being someplace else. It's being in Santa Ana, California, when I'm in Mission Hills, California. I'm running when I can't even crawl. I'm running when I can't even walk. I'm running and falling down when I don't know how to be where I'm at, and I don't even have directions to where I'm going. I don't have my GPS. I don't have a map, but I got to get there. Why do I got to get there? I don't know. I don't know, because it's over there. You don't have to be there if you don't have to be there. Be here. Be present. Be right here. Be right here, right now. And I think Anthony asked if I would pull a card. So I'm going to pull another card. Ha! Ha! What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Renewal. Red card, that's a root chakra card. Be present. Be present in the body. Be present in the manifestation. Look at the beautiful dress that she has on. She's meditating. She's getting grounded. She is grounded. And the red flowers are growing out of the earth in front of her to show her how grounded she is. A whole sun is symbolic of manifestation. The male energy. Anthony, you are manifesting, my brother. You are right here, right now. You're walking. And you're crawling to walk, to run. Renewal. Springtime. Springtime is symbolic of the sun, direction of the east, direction of new beginnings, direction of the born and the unborn. There it is, the renewal card. Anthony, you knew to call it, and that the heart chakra card and the root chakra card. Renewal. Wow. The spirits are with her. You see that? You see the little orbs floating around her? The spirits are with her, and she understands that all she has to do is get quiet and pray. Be here now. Be still and know that I am. I am the I am that I say I am. Man, that's powerful medicine right there. That's powerful. And it's speaking to what I'm talking about. You got nowhere to go. Be present. Be in your root. Be in the foundation. Be in your body. Most people don't want to be in their body. They're escaping into the hatch, the darkness of the stinking thinking of the mind. Do you have to be in the darkness of the stinking thinking of the mind? What is it that's in front of you that you're not willing to do, that you should be doing? That you should be doing. Why can't you be present in your body? Why can't you be right here? Why are you, ask yourself, why are you in a hurry? Why are you in a flurry? You know what happens in a snowstorm when there's a flurry? You can't see. It starts to white out and you can't see anything. Did you hear what I said? It starts to white out, a flurry. I'm talking about a flurry, a blizzard type of flurry, not just a wind that passes by, but I'm talking about a flurry. It will blind you. It'll blind you and you'll lose your way. Be still and wait for the flurry to stop. Be still and wait for the hurry to go away. We don't need to be running and putting ourselves in danger of having an accident in a car or having an accident, falling, tripping over something, it'll come in God's time. It'll come in Creator's time. What's your hurry to move to the next level? What's your hurry to move to the next type of consciousness or another type of awakening or another dimension? Let it come when it comes. There's no reason to run. And if it's stress, because it normally is, people stress out about everything. They stress out about their kids. They stress out about their job. Oh, they take a lunch, but they're in a hurry to get back because they have to, clock in because they don't want to get written up. Or, I don't have enough money this week. I don't have enough money next week. Who knows what it is that they're stressed out about. But it's stress that they're normally talking about. And even that, stop. I always say stop. Just stop. And put your feet on the floor and close your eyes and take a deep breath through your nose. Through your nose, in through your lungs, your heart space. I'm loved. And down into the fire, the fuego. And allow that fire to be stoked. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. And take another breath. And inhale that breath right into your feet, right into your root, right into the shoot, and be where you are right here, right now. And what's happening behind your eyelids as you take a breath? What is happening? What are you seeing? Are you seeing colors? Are you seeing forms come forth? Are you seeing spirits? Are you seeing lightness? Light? Are you seeing dark? Are you hearing names? Are you hearing things being said to you? What is happening as you're taking the breath? Inhale and exhale. And when you take that breath and you open your eyes and you look around, what's happening around you? Is nothing happening around you? It's like, I used to be afraid of the dark, and I had to do this with myself. I was afraid of the dark, and I would take the trash out as a kid, and I would run to the trash cans, throw it out, and run back in the house. And as an adult, I held that fear of darkness. And what I did was I would go into a room. I'd look around. I'd turn off the light and stand there in the darkness. And then I'd turn on the light and look around and ask myself, what happened? And you know what happened? Nothing happened. There's nothing that happened in the dark that doesn't happen in the light. There's nothing that happens in the light that doesn't happen in the dark. And that's not always true. But if you're sitting in the light and you close your eyes and you go into your darkness, the darkness of being, your darkness of your second chakra, the darkness of water, your darkness of emotion, and take a breath into your fire to start to boil that water and create a steam. As the fire gets bigger, it starts to heat that water. Inhale and exhale. The fire gets bigger and bigger and burns brighter, and that water starts to boil and boils over into the root chakra. Inhale and exhale, and it nurtures that root chakra and allows the roots to grow deeper, and now it allows your foundation to strengthen, so you can stand in your root, in your shoot. You can be a tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. What are your four winds? Is one of your four winds stress? And if it's stress, what are you stressed about? If it's anxiety, all you have to do is look down at your feet to see where you're standing and where you are, and take a breath. And where are you thinking about being, other than in your feet and where you are right here, right now? There's no reason to run. There's no reason to walk if you can't even crawl. I know that Sarah and Anthony understand what I'm talking about because they have a child, Austin. I think Austin's about 2. I think he's about 2, 3. And Austin had to learn how to crawl before he could walk, and he had to learn how to mumble through his words before he could say mama or tata. We all did. What's the hurry? Today's devices, today's computer and technology says, make your life easier by using this technology, but life hasn't gotten easier, and life we don't get more done with the technology that we have. What happens is the technology gets in the way. The technology gets in the way of what we're doing because it stops us. It makes us stuck. We get stuck from what we're supposed to do because we're too busy. You know, I saw a guy in the freeway. I see people in the freeway all the time. They're busy looking at their phones, driving 40 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone because they don't know how to get off the phone. Get off the freeway and get off the phone. If you want to be on the phone, get off the freeway. You know, you're putting yourself in danger and you're putting other people in danger when you do that. What's so important that you have to attend to that right now? You know, I use voice commands, and every now and again, Tiffany White Sage Woman will send me a message, and I'll hit a button, and I'll use my voice commands, and you know, whatever gets sent out, and it's usually some goofy message that my voice commands interpret in the most incorrect way. So I have to pull over and, you know, redo that and send it. But I pull over. I don't do it while I'm driving because there's no point in doing that. I am going to hurt somebody. I am going to hurt myself. There's no hurry to be in a flurry. Aho. There's no hurry to be in a flurry. Be here now. Be right here now. Be in your feet. Be in your presence. Be in the essence of your presence. Aho shino. Be here now. You know, those of you who have kids who are in a hurry to get someplace or to be somewhere, and I watch people on the freeways drive on the shoulder to pass traffic up, so because they're in a hurry, or they're swerving in and out of traffic. What's your hurry? What's your flurry? You know, if you needed to get someplace on time, leave early. I want to remind everybody that you can call in at area code 323-870-3791, and you can ask a question. You can get a healing. You can get a feeling. You can get I can pull a card. I just pulled a card for Anthony and for Sarah. And you know, what is it that you would like to talk about? Do you have questions about your stress? Do you have questions about what anxiety actually is? Do you know what anxiety actually is? Because it isn't what you really talk about. It isn't what you really talk about. And if you would like me to pull a card, reply with "pull me a card." Taho? Taho. Anyways, yeah. So take a deep breath. In fact, you know what? I'm going to ask everybody to put your feet on the floor. Put your feet on the floor, and we're gonna run through the chakras. We're going to open up all 7 chakras, and we're going to take a breath, inhale, and exhale. I want you to see your feet. Allow your feet to feel the floor. What do your feet feel like? What do the heels feel like on the floor? What does the arch of your foot feel like? What do the balls of your feet feel like? The toes of your feet feel like? What do the gaps between your toes and the ball of your feet feel like? Pay attention to your feet and be in your feet, and leave your hands on your thighs and take a breath and exhale. Being present in your body, not thinking about being present, not talking about being present, but actually being in the doing of the being present. And exhale. And allow those roots to sink down into Mother Earth. And take another breath as the Kundalini rises up to the second chakra. Water, element, water, emotion. Aho. It's where we fight or flight. It's where we connect to others. Aho. It's where we feel. It's where we heal. It's our sexuality. Take a breath and exhale. Second chakra. How beautiful. Orange. Color is orange. And we're going to move up into our fire, our fuego. I can, I will, I do. Yep. Color is yellow. Element is fire, sun, manifestation. Take a breath and stoke that fire. We're going to allow that fire to grow. What can you manifest? How can you step into your power? Who are you? Speak good of yourself. Don't give yourself poison. If a glass of water said poison on it, would you drink it? Speak to yourself in a good way. Speak to yourself in a new way. Speak to yourself and about yourself in a way that you never have before. Speak to your power. Speak to your truth. Speak to your love. Speak to your courage. Speak to your compassion. Speak to those things. And take a breath. As we come into the heart chakra, green, exhale. An immature heart chakra is a rose color, rose quartz. And a mature chakra is green, emerald green. And it's the bridge to the higher self, and the bridge from the higher self to the lower self, and from the lower self to the higher self. Come into your love of self and inhale and exhale. You can't go from the second chakra of emotion and connection to others, connection to self, without going through your third chakra, fire, fuego, I can, I will, I do. You have to have good self-esteem to be able to go from your second chakra into the place of love in your fourth chakra. And take a breath. Inhale and exhale. As we step into our voice, as we step into our vibration, as we step into how we speak, how we write, how we text, how we type, how we communicate to others. Do we know how to communicate with others? Do you know what it is to ask for what it is you want for yourself? That comes from a place of self-love. That comes from a place of self-esteem. That comes from a deep place of emotion, of connecting to self in the heart, a whole. And take a breath and exhale and come into your third eye. Your knowing, your understanding. It's where you see, it's where you understand what you know. It's your truth. It's your intention. It's your intuition. And allow it to open. And know that you know. Know that the answer that you get first is always the right answer. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. And take a deep breath. Inhale, we're waking up the chakras, and exhale, we're coming into our crown chakra, our connection to universe, our creation to Creator, Great Spirit, our creation, our connection to all my relations. It's where you connect to Spirit, where you connect to God, where you connect to a truth that you never knew that you had before. The Christ consciousness, the universe, the stars. I am a star child. I am an avatar. I am a 5-pointed star. And with our breath and with talking you through, we have opened up the seven chakras, the 7 sensitivities. And we are able to be in our body right here, right now. What does that feel like? If you are with somebody, rub your hands together like this and share your energies with that person, or share them with me, and allow the energies to move back and forth across the United States, across the oceans, across the world, the whole, around the world, and back into the other side. Do you feel me? I am healing you as I heal myself, as I stand and move into a higher vibrational self with universe, with ground, with Mother Earth, with water, with fire, with air, a whole, with ether, with sound, a whole, with knowing, with universe. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What does that feel like when you press your hands together like this? And feel the energy between your hands. And send me a message of what that feels like. For me, it feels like a taffy pool, and it's vibrating. My hands are vibrating at the same time, and I'm hearing a sound, kind of a is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing. What do your hands feel like? Share with me what that's like for you. And then take those hands and place them on your body where you feel like you need healing. I'm going to place them on my heart space and on my third chakra, place of fire, fuego. I can, I will, I do. And feed myself good energy. Do you feed yourself good energy? And I'm going to ask you about feeding. What do you feed yourself in the kitchen? Are you feeding yourself junk, not so great food? Are you feeding yourself television? Are you feeding yourself bad radio? Music that distracts you, that distorts, and disrupts? What is it that you're doing? And I'm going to click onto the comments so I can see what you all are saying. And hands are warm and vibrating. Yes, hands are warm and vibrating. Warm and vibrating. These are my hands. These are the hands that heal. These are the hands that move energy. These are the hands that shape, shift. These are the hands that change and modify the energies in your body. I can do that. And so can you. Are you willing to step into the power of who and what you are by being right here, right now, being grounded, being rooted and fruited? When we talk about anxiety and being present in your body and not being in anxiety, we talk about being rooted and fruited. I talk about being rooted and fruited. And anybody who listens to me knows what that means and knows what I'm talking about, because I share from the experience of the teachings, in the teachings, and I share from the experience that I had over a lifetime of making mistakes and choosing differently, fixing my picker. What is it? What does that mean, to fix your picker? It means being rooted in your foundation and fruited and allowing your branches to grow in springtime. All the trees are turning green right now, except for maybe when there's still some snow. I know in the East Coast, they got some snow over the weekend, Sunday morning. My branches are starting to leave, and they're starting to sprout, and they're starting to turn green. And the birds of the air, as I extend my branches into the heavens, nest in my branches and eat of my fruit. And what is my fruit? I say this every week. My fruit is the experience of how I got from point A to point B. And you have a Me Too moment, and you understand what I'm talking about when you start to have an emotional experience because of what I'm saying to you. Have I touched your heart? Have I touched your soul? It's my job to touch your heart. It's my job to touch your soul. I don't have any other job. My job is to be with you and support you as Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, as the medicine man, as the healer, as the shaman, as the seer, as the seer. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to give yourself? And take your hands and place them someplace where you feel you need healing. I've got a stuff here that's been stuffed for about 2 weeks. And so I'm going to put my hand on my left ear, right? So I'm going to put this one down below it on my glands and just allow the energy to flow. A whole. And how does it feel for you? I feel like I have a muted vibration running through my ear right now. It's a muted vibration. It's almost like a flat tone. It doesn't have any treble or reverb on it. It's just like a flat tone. Aho. You can heal yourself. You can heal others by sharing what it is that you have if you're willing to step into it. Are you willing to step into it? Are you willing to touch yourself in a way that's healing for yourself? And stop telling yourself that I don't have time. There are many people who say they don't have time to help themselves. They do have the time. They do have the time. It only takes a minute. When you start to meditate, just take a minute, and then 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes. And before you know it, you're meditating for 3 or 4 hours at a time. I know people that have those kind of practices. I meditate 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time, 20 minutes at a time. Sometimes it's only 2 or 3 minutes, but I always take time to meditate. I give myself that medicine that I so I so deserve and I so want. I don't need it, you know, and I'm not desperate for it. No, I've come into my understanding of who and what I am, and it's what I want for myself. It's what I want for myself. It's what I want to give myself. It's how I want to heal myself. You know, it's what I want to give myself. Boy, I'm really feeling that in my heart space right now. I'm feeling a lot of love right now, and you know, that's all I've ever wanted for myself. How many of you are like that? How many of you were shown love as a child? How many of you weren't shown love as a child? How many of you were never held and caressed and said, I love you? I got to tell you, that didn't happen in my house. It didn't happen in this auric field, not from the people it was supposed to happen to. And it's not holding anything against anybody. It's just I'm in the awareness of what happened and how it was when I was a child. And do I ask for those things now? Yes, absolutely. You can tell because I've been married 3 times. You know, I want to be loved, but I have to be able to learn how to give love. And now I've learned how to do that. Those 3 marriages helped me to be able to come into my understanding of what it is to love self first. You can't give away what you haven't got. So if I don't love self first, I have no business out there chasing whoever it is that I'm chasing. You know, I really want to give myself something good. And it's funny because I mentioned Tiffany, my producer, and we were having this conversation because I'm meeting a lot of people right now. I'm meeting a lot of people because it's what I want in my life. It's what I want for me. Because in dating, I always say dating is a filter. You know, you filter through the people that yes, no, maybe, you know, quite possibly, but I don't have to run through it. You know, I don't have to run through it and give myself something that I don't want or re-break my picker. I have repaired my picker. This is my picker, you know, and not just here, but you know, it chooses, it points, it sees a whole, it expresses what it wants for itself. And what I want for myself is love. What I want for myself is nurturance. What I want for myself is care and understanding. And what I want for myself is to give it to myself first. And then be able to express that and share that with others. Are you ready to express that and share that with others? I want to welcome my friend Rudy. Ruti, I seen you there, Rudy, watching and listening. Welcome aboard, buddy. Thank you for coming aboard. Rudy was a guest on the show about a month plus ago, and it was great to have him because he's somebody who has walked through the things that he's had to walk through and give himself things in a different way. And it's an honor to be able to watch a man like that be able to do that and step into his power and step into himself and step in who and what he really is. What do you want for yourself? Do you want anxiety? People talk about it like it's candy. I have anxiety. Do you know what that is? No. Oh. I'm stressed out. My ex-husband stresses me out. He stresses you out. What are you allowing him to do to you? You're letting him stress you out. Why? Why do you allow him? I had a lady that I met a year ago, and she comes in with her child, and I saw them yesterday morning, and she looks bad. She's gained a lot of weight, and she's wearing too much makeup, and she's trying too hard because she's trying to cover up the stuff. And I see her. And she keeps telling me what she's doing, but it's obvious she's not doing anything because she hasn't come to see me. I can help her. But if somebody wants help, they'll come to me and say, I need help. I want help. And she walks in and says, well, he's doing this and he's doing that. And I'm like, I'm not giving her advice. I'm done doing that. And I'm going to burn some sage because thank you, Rudy. He says he needs to hear me today. So I'll burn some sage and clear Rudy. Rudy clearing you, clear, that you would be a clear channel and a clear voice of love for yourself and your children and all the things that you want for yourself, my friend. Being rooted and fruited. Be rooty and fruity. Don't be, you know what I mean? Rooted and fruited. That was just a funny way to say that. Anyways, so, you know, so this woman, she doesn't do anything for herself. She talks about doing it. You know, and I often tell people who come to see me, who find me in that store, who come find me in my office, find me on this show, find me on the street, find me at events, and they say, you know, I need help. Well, what have you been doing? Well, I've been thinking. You know, and they've been thinking. Thinking isn't doing. Saying isn't doing. Thinking isn't doing. Doing is doing. And those of you who have followed me, and Sarah is a good example, because Sarah, we've had conversations where she said, okay, to the things that I had said to her. And then I see the forward progress of how that is. I've seen the forward progress of my friend Rudy here, of how that is. Even when it doesn't look like it or feel like it. There are days that feel like that we feel worse than our worst days. And man, how do we get through it? How do we get through it? How do we get through it? The fact of the matter is, you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, I'm here. I'm present. I'm right here, right now. And you start to feel your body. You start to feel your face. You know, you start to feel your soul. You start to feel your knees, your legs. I'm here. I'm present. You know, and if it feels good where you touch yourself, leave your hands there and give yourself those energies. But if you have a face like this and you tell people that you're happy, I got a song for you, and I'm going to sing it. If you're happy and you know it, tell your face. If you're happy and you know it, tell your face. If you're happy and you know it, because your face should really show it. If you're happy and you know it, tell your face. There you go. That's a Tuesday song and Tuesday's laughter. You know, I go to 12-step program, and I've been there for 26 years. I've been sober for 26 years. And I give that to myself because it works. But I also know that there's people there that do this. They're like, oh, every time somebody says something, or they're just in misery about what somebody else is saying. And what do you care what somebody else is saying? If it makes you unhappy to listen to that person, go someplace else. But, you know, don't show your displeasure that way, you know, and then tells people how happy you are, because there's no happiness in that. There's no joy in Mudville, you know, is there? You know, there's only joy when you say there's joy. There's joy when you show there's joy. There's joy when you feel there's joy. When there's joy when you're present in who and what you are. And you're able to come into a room of people who may not be saying the things that you like, but it's none of your business. You don't have to drink poison. You don't have to drink poison. You don't have to take it in. You don't have to do any of those things. You can do something about it by changing you first. And it's really simple, by putting your feet flat on the floor, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and taking a breath, a simple breath, a simple breath. Drinking first medicine, water. How much water do you drink? Do you drink water, or do you drink soda or caffeine or diet drinks, which are poison in itself? You know, what is it that you give yourself? Are you giving yourself water? Are you using sage? Are you smudging yourself? Are you smudging yourself? In fact, I want to congratulate Sarah, because Sarah ordered some sage. I sent it out this morning, and Sarah, you'll be getting this on Friday. And I harvested some sage on Saturday when I went to, because I was going to make the drum. So there's actually an extra smudge stick in there, Sarah, and you'll be glad to know that when it dries, you can use that to smudge. But you're gonna love the incredible smell when you open that box. And I sent some to Tiffany White, Sage Woman, as well. So you know, are you smudging? Are you using medicines? Are you eating green foods? Are you eating brown food? If you're eating brown foods, you're not giving yourself the best food you can give you. I hope. You know, I like toast. I like dark, well-toasted toast, and I like butter. But this morning, you know, I went into the kitchen and created myself a little smoothie, a green smoothie with super greens and green superfoods and kale and celery and spinach and parsley and maca and things that, you know, I don't normally eat every day, but I felt that's what I needed for today. You know, it's Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, and I get to choose what it is that I want for me. I get to choose what it is that I give to myself. Do I have to always eat brown stuff that isn't good for me? Pastas, rice, breads, tortillas, cooked meat. You know, I had meat on Sunday, which is great. I was celebrating with my family. But guess what? Move on. Move on. Can't eat it every day because my body wants what it wants, and I want to keep a healthy body. And that speaks to, what are you willing to give yourself? Are you willing to ground your feet? Are you willing to be in your root and your fruit? Aho. Are you willing to extend your branches into the heavens and reach out to those and allow them to nest in your branches and eat of your fruit? Are you willing to become the teacher? Are you willing to become the philosopher? Are you willing to become the healer, the seer, the shaman, the medicine man, whatever it is that you're becoming? Are you willing, aho, the priestess, the goddess, the god, the warrior, aho, shino, ahonata? Are you willing to become the warrior? I am the warrior. I speak as a warrior and I live as the warrior. There is nothing else for me to live as. I am a spiritual warrior, and I am a spiritual being who goes out into create a great spirits, earth and world, and do the best that I can to carry a message that isn't the junk that I was carrying 25 years ago, because I had nothing to offer. I was busy chasing skirts and drinking and doing all kinds of crazy things. And I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. You know, I had a friend call me the other day. Thursday or Friday, and I got to tell you, I heard his voice. I said, "Dude, are you driving drunk?" And he said, "No, I only had 2 drinks." I heard more than 2 drinks. I didn't have to say it to him, but he was on his way to pick up his kids, you know, and my heart was kind of broken. I was like, "Man, dude, you know, really?" And there's some people you just can't talk to. You can't say anything to. They're not going to listen because, you know, in that state, they can't hear. In the state of spirits in and spirit out, most people can't hear and really get a clear understanding of what it is that I would like to say to them. I would like to say it to them. I would like to, you know, give them more, but they can't hear. You know, and Apostle Paul says, when you come to a town that doesn't want to hear what you have to say, clean the dust and the dirt off of that town and move on to the next. Move on to the next. You know, and do I still love my friend? Yes, I still love him, absolutely. I would do anything for him. And I would, you know, if it was different, I'd maybe go over and pick up his kids. But, you know, what are you going to do? So anyways, rooted and fruited, anxiety. Anxiety, you know, use the proper word for the proper blockage. I'm going to call it blockage because anxiety is a block. Anxiety is being, I already said it, someplace else and not being right here, right now. Be right here, right now. What do you want to give to yourself? And I'm doing some smudging. I've been smudging a whole lot today because I feel like it's necessary. Like those who are listening really need the clearing. And you know, and I feel like kind of like Moses, you know, part of the Red Sea. I'm not Moses. I'm never going to make that claim. But parting the Red Sea and parting the ways, parting the energies and allowing you to move forward into a place and giving you a way to get there. There is a way to get there, you know. And if it takes, you know, going to the mountain and going on a hike and allowing yourself to get grounded or going dancing or whatever it is, you know, and I know that about my friend Rudy too. Rudy is a folklorico dancer. And, you know, when you're doing that folkloric dancing, you're in your feet, you're in your foundation, you're connected, you're creating more connection. Anytime you're dancing or hiking or doing any sort of that kind of thing, it really creates a connection to you and Mother Earth. How connected are you? How connected do you want to be? If you don't have any of those practices, find your local Y or someplace that community center that offers free classes, free stuff. Because you can get involved in something without having to spend a lot of money. Right? You can get involved without having to spend a lot of money. And I'm also going to ask you, I didn't talk about this earlier, but I said that I sent some sage out. I harvest all my own sage in a ceremonial way. And I'm going to ask you, if you want clearing and you want to have a clear path and create clearing of the energies, you can reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. The smudge sticks are $15. And to mail it out is actually $3.75. The U.S. Postal Service went from $3 to $3.75. So, so if I told you last week it was $18, it's actually $18.75. At $3.75 for the shipping. So, and I was wondering why they charged me more the other day. And today I was like, hey, wait a minute. So I asked. If I want to know, I'll ask. And so $15 for the smudge stick. If you want to buy more than one and give it as gifts to your friends for springtime, you can, $15 times whatever, and however many amount of sticks you would like to buy, plus $3.75 for shipping and handling. All righty. And it'll get to you in like 2 or 3 days, maybe even the next day. Anyways, so I want to thank everybody who came today and really and is listening, because I know you are listening with your heart. I know that you're not listening with your ears. I often talk about that. If you really want to listen, stop listening with your ears and start listening from the place of the heart, the place of where you can feel, the place that you would like to heal. I know many of you have broken hearts from past relationships. I know many of you have broken hearts from growing up in homes that, they didn't share love. They didn't know how to share love. I know that I grew up in that kind of in the house, and in my house, we didn't share. We didn't know how to share. No one taught us how to do that. I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to be able to love people in a different way as I was able to love myself. I love me today, and no one taught me how to love me. I had to learn that on my own, through making the mistakes of being in 3 marriages that were here for those reasons. Those marriages were here for me to learn. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And my name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And I really want to thank everybody for coming. It's just been a magnificent day. And I'm looking forward to next week, because a friend of mine, in fact, let me grab this book. I should have had it in hand. I should always put the things that I'm going to need on my desk. I have a friend named Amalia Camateros, and she wrote this book called Spirit of Stones, A Retrieval of Earth Wisdom. She's an incredible, incredible shaman from Australia, and I met her in Sedona, Arizona, and she's going to be my guest next week, and I'm excited to share her with you because sorry, I just got distracted by my producer again. She's funny. She called me a gigolo. I guess so. Anyway, so my friend Amalia Camateros, she's a beautiful soul, a beautiful servant of the spirit world, a beautiful servant of the earth. She's a priestess. She's a goddess. She's a medicine woman. She's a teacher. She is a shaman. She is earth medicine. And I can't wait to have her on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show and get to introduce her to you. Her book that I've been reading the book, and it's interesting that a lot of the stuff that she writes about, I've gone through and I'm going through. And, just because somebody lives on the other side of the world doesn't mean that I can't have a like experience. And boy, I've had to let go of a lot of things. Those of you who've known me quite some time, and Tiffany's known me quite some time, and Rudy's known me quite some time, I've had to walk through the fires. But what I know about walking through the fire comes from Middle Earth, molten magma lava, What I know about walking through the fires is if I become willing to walk through the fires that come upon me, if I become willing to move forward and walk upon the fires that come upon me, I will be able to manifest whatever I wish, because I became willing to do whatever it took to get to where I'm going, without hurting another soul, without hurting another being. Is there going to be some hurt? Sometimes, like in relationships, we can't change that. That's part of our path sometimes. But if we don't outwardly hurt people physically and do, in that way, and cause trauma, I think that we will manifest and can manifest a life that's amazing. And that's how I feel about my life right now. I feel like I have an amazing life. Am I a rich man monetarily? Not yet, but it's there. And I know it's there. I want to thank everybody for coming. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you've been listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. I want to thank you and have a blessed day. Oishino.